You're listening to Positive Power 21, Christian media on late night radio.
Hello and happy Tuesday, everybody. I thank you for tuning in with me tonight. I'm sorry we're on a little late, but we got everything worked out now, and I thank you guys for joining. I'm your host, Tranell Steward, and this is Late Night with Dr. T. We air live every Tuesday night at 10:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after the pastor's time with Dr. Paul and Marcia Kelly. Speaking of Marcia, I know she's feeling a bit under the weather, so I want everybody to continue to pray blessings on her. We want to just speak blessings of healing upon her body right now in Jesus' name. And you guys continue to add that to your prayers this evening. Pastor Time had a very special guest today, Mr. Archie Harrison. If those of you that don't know him, he is the executive officer for the BGN TV network, the Blessed Network. You guys need to check them out. Powerful network. They got some things going on. So please check them out. Talk to Archie and, see what they got going on. You don't want to miss the stuff that God is doing. He's moving mightily through all these ministries that are coming up now. If you missed that episode, it's no worries because we have them all on demand, or you can catch them on Wednesday mornings beginning at 6 a.m. So there's your opportunity to catch up with the shows that you have missed, including this one. So please, please, please make sure you like, share, and just support the network as a whole and everybody that's working in it. Tonight's episode is special to the Positive Power family and to me personally because tonight's guest is a sensational gospel artist that has touched many lives through her music ministry. Her album, Your Instrument, is unlike any other gospel album out there to date. That's my opinion. I'm not just saying that. It says reaching folks inside and outside the walls of the church. And as a treat, tonight we'll be playing songs off of her album only throughout the show, okay? So I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Matter of fact, we're going to start off the show with one of my favorites off this album called Middle of It. This is one of her singles, the first single. And after this, we'll be joined by Reese. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. We'll be right back after this.
Didn't know I would find my way. Seemed like all that I had was gone. Tell me how to move on. Then you decided faith for me. Took me into destiny. My strength alone, so into you I journeyed on. I sat each night and I wondered why. Dried my eyes every time I cried. Saw my life pass before my eyes. Until I realize in the middle of it, I made it through the storm. In the middle of it, I made it past. Oh, in the middle of it, I made it through the spine. In the Lord, you kept me in the middle of it. Lord, you kept me in the middle of it. Lord, you kept me. Lord, you kept me in the middle of it. Never left me right in the middle of it. There I felt you right in the middle of it. Changed my story right in the middle of it. You were there right in the middle of it. Giving me love right in the middle of it. Giving me peace right in the middle of it. Giving me joy right in the middle of it. Never give up on me in the middle of it. Never left me lonely in the middle of it. You were there to hold me in the middle of it. Lord, you blessed me in the middle of it. Came to save me right in the middle of it. Made me whole right in the middle of it. Let me know right in the middle of it. You had control right in the middle of it. Saved my life right in the middle of it. Healed and delivered right in the middle of it. Changed my heart right in the middle of it. Changed my mind right in the middle of it. Saved my family in the middle of it. Saved my marriage in the middle of it. And kept my children in the middle of it. Spoke a word of life in the middle of it. In the middle of, middle of, middle of it. In the middle of, middle of, middle of it. Middle of, middle of, middle of it. Spoke a word of life in the middle of it.
Hey, that was Middle of It by Reed. That song never gonna get old. I think that blesses me every time I hear it. So I know it blesses you guys too. The beautiful thing about that is Ree is our special guest of the evening, so she'll be able to talk to you guys a little bit today. Hopefully she won't take over my whole show. She tend to do that. You know, that's just Ree. All right, it's ministry first with her. I'm proud to have her on tonight. Proud to have her as one of my artists, and even more so, just proud to call her a friend. And I'm so excited that she's on with me tonight. So let's welcome Ree to the show, y'all.
Hey, I'm unmuted. Yes, I can catch it. I'm out the gate.
Pause. Oh, Lordy. What's up, Ree?
Hey, I'm excited to be on. I'm looking at the family that's on. I'm trying to get back to where I can see the comments and stuff, but I'm looking at the family that's on. I'm so excited. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? I hope everything's cool. We're going to have a good night.
We are. So this is the first time you actually been on this show, but you're not new to the Positive Power Network. You know, we've heard you on a couple of different shows, which, you know, it's always a blessing to have you on. And we play the music on here very often. So I want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to the listeners on this show, and we're going to just start right from there.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm looking at y'all comments. Let me stay focused because I'll squirrel. I promise you. I'm like about to start responding to Miss Pam Mays Jones and Miss Kira Young and Miss Stacy Young and Jared. So let me stay focused. I'm Ree, and you just heard my song, Middle of It. You can check me out on, the different digital platforms. The album is Your Instrument. I am a recording artist, but first and foremost, I am just following after what God has allowed for me to do. I'm a woman that's on an assignment, and part of that assignment is to be able to share this music ministry with you all. Share the music ministry, share encouragement, empowerment, all of those things. So I am just someone here who, like John the Baptist, when he said, I'm the voice crying in the wilderness and, prepare the way of the Lord. I'm not saying exactly that, but, I'm one who's out there who is just like, hey, assignment, get to work, everybody. That's my job.
Yeah.
So.
Amen. When you just said that, John, I thought about Tarzan for some reason. I don't know. But that
no.
wasn't a good look.
No. What? Girl, it's a Bible.
All right, Reed, tell us a little bit about your musical background. I know you got a family that has an amazing story, their musical journey and stuff they've been on. Tell us a little bit about your musical background.
Okay. You know, you asked me that question twice. I'm going to give you a hard time.
Oh,
well, well, as far as music goes for me, and thank you. I'm seeing these shares. I'm thanking everybody that's on here. Thank you for listening. But as far as music goes for me, I come from a family where all I know is singing. I remember playing on my little Fisher-Price piano and just singing along with the songs that I heard in church. The whole church sang. I'm from Boston, Mass, and so I come from the Bullock family, and anybody that's in Boston, that's a big name in Boston, Mass, and just really just coming up in that. My mother was a singer. My mother sung with a gospel group that traveled all around New England and stuff like that. So it's all I knew. It's all I saw. My grandparents. I mean, sitting around the house. I come from a loud family. Holidays. Everybody just get loud and just sing, whatever. Get loud and just sing.
Shout out to Uncle Isaac.
Yes, Uncle Isaac Ruffin in Tampa, Florida. He's holding it down in Tampa. But yeah, just a loud family, and it's all we did. That's all I knew, you know. So I tell people, like, when children are born into the family, if they can't sing, they're like looking at the child like, where did you come from? Like, you know, like when my kids were born, I was like, oh my God, I hope they can sing, you know. And yeah, because it's that serious. So, I mean, and it's not just singing, it's music. The kids and, you know, in our family, generation upon generation, they're just put on instruments like as babies. They have a microphone in there and as babies. So this is just the norm, you know, and then ministry is just the norm is what you see. We'll get into that later because, I mean, you could be taught something, you know, religion and all that other stuff. However, you know, life has to come. But as far as coming up, that's all I knew, you know.
Amen. So I know your mom song, you know, I'm not even going to act like I know the name because I don't want to mess it up. But I know your mom has the musical background and passed when you were a little younger. And so I know you started writing at a young age. When did you first realize that this is something you wanted to do as ministry, as long term?
Wow, ministry long term. You know what? That's never been asked me. Great job, Dr. T. You know, like that. You know, like I was ready to answer your question. I go ahead of people, like when they're asking me stuff in the morning, like, you know, thinking I know where it's going. And honestly, when I first started writing, and I had shared this with you, was, and also with, I do weekend pep talks on my Facebook, with my Facebook family. Y'all are my family, but with, you know, those that are connected to me on Facebook, I do a weekend pep talk, which is just a time for encouragement and stuff like that. You can follow me on, you know, on my page, and it's every Saturday morning at 9. And I shared with those listeners that that writing actually came when my mother passed. If my mother was still here, I wouldn't be writing because she was the one that I talked to and that I was open to. And when she passed away, I lost that outlet. I really didn't know how to communicate and what to do, and that was my outlet. And first was poetry, and then I was encouraged to take it a step further into songwriting. Now, as far as ministry, I knew early on that there was something in this because I had been prophesied over when I was younger and told that I was going to be going to the nations. And I was told that I was chosen. There's different things about me. But as a kid, you know, I don't know what that means. I just know there's something. And at the time as I'm living life, I know that I'm not doing it. You know, it's like I know that whatever was spoken, that thing that was said, it's like one of those one day. It's one day. I just know what it's happening right now. And so and I guess it's one of those things, I don't know when I actually connected and said yes. It's just something I always knew, and something that, you hear about people who make it in the industry and they just like always knew they were going to do that. It's one of those things when it comes to assignment and what you're predestined to do. I guess God ingrained it in me that even at the toughest times, at the times where I didn't have anything, when I was, homeless, whatever, I always had this engraved signature in me that said, I'm going somewhere, and I may not be there right now, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to get there. So I guess it's just an always new thing. Now, as far as taking it seriously, I don't know. Maybe when I started understanding who I was in God, and then I started seeing things more clearly, so... But it's just I guess I just knew,
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like I was actually talking to someone earlier today about that, talking about passions, and she's a little bit older, and she feels like she never quite got what she's supposed to be doing in life, and so she pushes her kids to like pursue their dreams and things like that. And I was encouraging her. Because anybody that knows me now, I got a lot of degrees and all of that, but didn't really know what direction I want to go and stuff like that. So I was encouraging her, and when we put faith in God, that He'll direct the path for real. That's not just saying. We may not necessarily know where He's taking us and the doors that will be open up to us, or how we're going to get there. But trusting and knowing that He is God, just open so many doors for us. So, I just want to put that little nugget in there.
Right. So, I have a quick question. With this being my show tonight, I wonder, can my picture go up there too?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at your picture, just staring at me. Yeah. And I want to see my picture too.
Let me. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay. Next question.
Jerry can take care of that for us.
Thank you, Jerry.
All right. So now you're an artist. You've been doing this for a little bit time now. Actually, you've been doing this for years. But your album actually dropped July 14th of 2017.
Right.
So. And this is just a short time, not even a year yet, and I mean things are just moving for you, and it's just amazing to see what God is doing. And I know that for everybody, and when we're doing things for God, we have those challenges because we don't always know the middle, what's happening in the middle, what that process looks like. So, what are some of the challenges that you faced as an artist? And how did you overcome those challenges?
Okay. Some of the challenges that I currently face as an artist?
Yes.
Okay.
Or have what you faced recently and how you've overcome those things.
Okay. I would say as an artist, we have our own lane and stuff like that, the things that we pay attention to. And, I'm big on assignment and being assignment driven. And so every now and then, as an artist and just as an individual, you kind of, you might be driving on your own road and you might look over to the left on that other street over there and you see something going on. You might look over to the right and you see something going on this street over here. And sometimes there are things that may get my attention and it may be of a negative cause. Maybe somebody thinks that something should be done a certain way, or something is said that could be hurtful, or, different things like that. And for me to overcome those things, it is really getting back to who did God say that I am, and why am I here? We're all here for a specific purpose, and my purpose may not look like somebody else's. And if I pay attention to their course in life, then I'm going to run into some issues. I'm going to run into some frustration, some anxiety, a lot of those things that, are unnecessary because my mind is in a place that it doesn't need to be. And so to get back to focusing on my own assignment, and sometimes that means shutting things down. Sometimes that means, just kind of tuning everything out and getting back to just my own stuff, my own path. And so I basically overcome by going back to just minding my business. Just my father's business, mind your business. Oh, look at my picture. You took you completely out. You myself.
All right, well, we're going to pause real quick because I want to play this song of yours called Use Me. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what's happening with Use Me. All right, so we'll be right back after this. Make sure you guys stay tuned. This is Use Me by Ree.
Awesome.
Lord, thank you for using me. 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 It started with my best may have to say. Lord, thank you for using me. That was then. You could take the past and make it right. Lord, thank you for using me. This is now. It started with my past may have to say. Lord, thank you for using me. That was then. You could take the past and make it right. Lord, thank you for using me. This is now. Use me. Use me for your glory. Use me. Lord, use me daily. Use me. Use me for your glory. Use me. Lord, use me daily. Lord, use me daily. Lord, use me. That was then. This is now. Lord, thank you for using me. That was then. This is now. Lord, thank you for using me. That was then. It started what my past may have to say. That was then. You can take my past and make it right. This is now. It started what my past may have to say. That was then. You can take my past and make it right. This is now. Use me. Use me for your glory. Use me. Use me daily. Use me. Use me for your glory. Use me. Use me daily. Use me. Use me for your glory. Use me. Use me daily. Use me. Use me for your glory. Use me. Use me daily. Use me. Use me for your glory. Use me. Oh Lord, please use me. Lord, use me. Oh, use me. Oh Lord, use me. I surrender for you to use me. Oh, use me. God, use me. In spite of what it may have been, Lord, use me. Clean me up inside and use me. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind for you to use me. Use me for your service, Lord, use me. Use me for your service, Lord, use me. Use me for your works, Lord, use me. Use me, Lord. I give everything I have. I will give it unto you. I give everything I have in me, and I will give it up to you. I give everything I have, and I will give it up to you. I give everything I have, I will give it up to you.
I wish I had the instrumental for that, because I'd be singing right now. I know Rhea probably try to sing now.
No.
You know when you feel in the spirit? When you feel in the spirit, like the end of that song got my spirit like moving right now. Like
that's
I really
you and God. That's between you and God. No, don't. See, that's an intimate moment between you and God. No. Don't share that with everybody.
She be thinking I'm a different song. I'll be getting it. I'm going to tell this one story, because I want y'all to hear how wrong this is. We travel with a group, and all of them are singers, right?
Oh, boy.
So we at this event, and, you know, I'm recording, and they're going, and I just get swept up in the spirit, right? Y'all know how middle of, yes, I got swept. Like it was, yeah. So it was in the middle of it, you know what I mean? Y'all know where that song can take you. And you know, when you see Rhea live, you be like, yeah. You know, I just take you to different places. Levels of glory. And so I was feeling it in my spirit. And I started to sing a bit, but I didn't realize that I was singing with sound coming out. So you know, everything wrapped up, and we're reviewing the video later on, and we're all in the car, and we start playing it, and like it gets to this one part, and everybody is looking confused and like scared. And I'm looking like, what's the problem, you know? And I realized that my voice was heard during the taping. And they all were talking amongst themselves and trying to figure out who was that had the bad note. So I'm not, once I got that they were talking about me, my feelings was hurt, y'all. You know, because I think that I should have a little bit more leeway, you know, and opportunity, you know, to come on stage, even if my mic is cut off.
That's between you and God, and you need to understand the type of ministry. Remember we talked about lane and assignment? You need to understand the type of ministry that you have. But yes, we were so confused because we were listening, and everyone, like, we looked at each other like, who was singing off? What is going on? Like, we all were just so confused, and then we realized it was horrible. Oh, my God.
All right.
Well, at least loves you, so, I mean, all is well.
Listen. We just played Use Me. We got a huge response from that just now. And we want to kind of pause for a second and talk about the video shoot, because you just recently did 2 video shoots. And we can talk a little bit about Waterside as well. But let's start with Use Me at the skating rink. Tell us about that experience.
It was fun, and I can't wait for y'all to see it. And I'm not going to talk a lot about it because I want you to see it. I can't wait to share the video with you. It was so much fun. I know that there were many of you all that wanted to be there, and I felt you in spirit. You sent your warm wishes and all of that, and that meant so much to me. The messages that I got from those that, you know, weren't able to make it or out of town, but those that were, it means so much to me to even have you all there. My pastors were there, so they're going to get their cameo. They didn't skate. I wanted them to skate, but, you know, you all, my family, and, you know, those that, you know, some that, you know, artists that I've met along the way, you know, and some that have supported me that I met even going on the road singing, you know, that have connected and followed me since. They actually came out too, you know, so it was an open shoot, you know, for anyone to make it, and it was fun. Use Me as a fun song, you know, it's not stuffy at all, and I always saw it, I always envisioned it. I'm a person who sees things before they happen, and that's not just spiritually, but that's even, you know, dreams, goals, everything. I see it ahead of time. I'm a visionary, and so you know, with that, I always saw it as like just dancing and lights and, you know, just not the typical, we're sitting in a church pew, you know, singing a song. I'm not a church pew person, you know, so it was fun, you know, and I just can't, Dr. T and I saw a test of the video just last night, and I was like, oh my God. So I can't wait for y'all to see it. It's awesome. It's Use Me, and it's one of those, you just listen to the songs now. You can't sit still with it. And I mean, the lyrics speak for itself. It's just basically, you know, who cares about my past? It really doesn't matter. The enemy can try to use so many things and make you sit down and shut up and not do what he called for you, do what God called for you to do. And that song is saying, in spite of all of that, in spite of what my past may have to say, that was then. God could take the past and make it right. This is now, and this is when your light used me. So I encourage each and every one of y'all listening, as y'all are sharing this video, I encourage each and every one of y'all listening to really focus on the fact that God can use you. I don't care what's going on in your life. Like, I put a post out this morning, and I said, because I do something every day. Every day has a day. Today is Treasure-Filled Tuesday. Put your hand, listen. Everybody listening right now, and it don't matter what time it is. Some of y'all may listen later. I encourage y'all, follow with me right now. Y'all following? If you're following, catch some hearts and stuff like that. And if you're on speaker, just shout some stuff out to the Holy Spirit. He'll let me know. But so if you're following with me, put your hand on your heart, okay? Put your hand on your heart. All right. Y'all know usually had a nice beat to it, right? It was a really, really nice beat. You was able to move and jump around, okay? So put your hand on your heart. That is, you feel that? That is the dopest beat around, your heartbeat. What's going on right now inside of you, that beat that's going on, that is such an amazing thing going on. Why? Because you are of value and you are worth it. So I encourage you each and every time that you are feeling some type of way, that you're not feeling like you're enough, that you're not feeling of value, put your hand on your heart and feel that beat. That beat is better than any beat that could ever drop, anything that could make you, you know, get it, you know, anything. When you feel that heartbeat, I encourage you to just make a song and just sing to yourself according to your heartbeat and know that you have value. You know what I'm saying? So that's where Use Me comes from, that type of thing where you can look at it and look at yourself and encourage yourself and say, I'm worth it because God made me this way. I am a treasure. Sorry, I went in. I don't even remember if you asked me a question, but God is good. So.
That was it. We're just talking about your experience with that video shoot. It, like she said, it's going to be a dope video. I mean, shout out to Eric. What's Eric's last name?
Colbert.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, Eric.
Who
Colbert.
is giving a bad face? Who is giving a bad face? I'm going to find you and throw that mad face. Who's doing that? You gotta go to bed.
That's a Facebook queen. She on Facebook looking, so y'all better pay attention.
I'm looking at y'all. Somebody is angry. Oh, they clicking something too fast. I seen a crying face and a mad face. And it's not my children, because my children are good for that. They done getting me some thumbs on my YouTube videos. Huh?
I said it might be them. I was getting ready.
My children done gave me some thumbs down on YouTube and everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I was like, who is hating on me? Yeah, they're like, that was Naya. Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
Y'all tell y'all children to go to bed and stop hitting them mad faces. How about the Lord? Oh, Lord.
Speaking of God using us, we
segue.
yes, we got so many people out there, whether they're artists, ministers, etc., whatever God has called you to do, trying to do it all. Either they get overwhelmed, not reach their goals, or not reach their full potential and their calling.
Right.
And you use the phrase all the time, and you just used it, stay in your lane.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to new artists and old, I believe they need to hear it too, to help them stay in their lane?
What advice? I would say I would definitely encourage anybody, new, old, an artist or just in life, ministry, whatever field of ministry you're moving into or whatever field of operation you are moving into, I would encourage you first and foremost, before you even step foot to pavement, before you even roll that little toe out the bed, I would encourage you to pray and ask God for direction. And say, God, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? How do you want me to do it? I had a couple years ago, more than a couple years ago, where I just knew that year was my year, and I was going to put the album out, and I was going to do a little artist thing. And I had my mind made up on what I was going to do. I had my money set aside. And the interesting thing was that money that I had set aside, all of that money had to go to something else. And everything that I had set up for myself to do, this reminds me of a scripture. Everything that I had set up for myself, everything that I had set up for myself to do, it didn't happen. And here's what I just shared on my Facebook a little while ago. It just poured in my spirit, and it said, Psalms 127:1, except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh, but in vain. If God does not set that thing up for you before you go, if your steps are not ordered, you're wasting your time. You getting ready to waste your time. You want to be going in different places, and you may think that they're prosperous, but at the end of the day, if it's not your assignment and not your lane, it's a waste of time. And my pastor, Pastor Tranell Willis, Abundant Life Ministries in Palatka, Florida, was ministering on Sunday. And one day she said, every good door is not a God door. Every good door is not a God door. Now, you can have some things open up for you and be like, oh, that's God, because it was good. Nope. Every good door is not a God door. When the fruit was being presented, the fruit looked pleasing to their eyes. It looked like it was something that was good. It was desirable. It wasn't ugly. It wasn't rotten. It wasn't something like that they didn't want. It was something that was very pleasing, but yet it caused destruction. It caused a whole detour in life, so much of a detour that when we're now born into sin, and we got to go through all this mess to get to where we finally can be, to where we connect to our assignment. And so let's not extenuate the detour even further by not seeking God. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. All these things shall be added unto you, Matthew 6:33. Before you go into anything, seek God. And then when you seek him, he'll give you your assignment. When he gives you your assignment, then you stay in your lane. And that is how you prosper. That's how you keep yourself from anxiety and frustration, because you're going to have a whole bunch of things forming against you. They're not going to prosper. But you focus and you go after everything that God said. You'll get everything that God said because you're in your lane. So that's that's what I can give to anybody, and that's what I have to continue to tell myself.
That's powerful, because and we've seen a lot of artists and seen, everybody operates differently, and some kind of do their own thing. Some have management. Some whatever the case may be, the networking aspect of it is a necessity. So when you have artists that are going or competing rather than building this kingdom thing together, that's when you have them, and this is my opinion, stepping on other people are getting outside of their lane and trying to do everything. I know that's in all areas, but we're talking about ministry. It's something that we got to pay attention to. Its connections are key. Connections are key. And if we're always walking around with jealousy or trying to one up one another and not being kingdom minded in what we do, then it's definitely going to hold us back or set us back. So that's an amazing, mindset to have. Stay in your lane. Right. It's not just
Connections are definitely key, but it's also about the choice and who you're connected to. Jesus chose his 12. It wasn't just everybody rolled up to him. He had plenty of people they're trying to connect. He had the two little brothers. I thought it was dad. I just did. He had two brothers. He had two brothers talking about what I got to do to follow. It's that, get rid of all of this other stuff, give all your possessions, and then, we'll see if you can be about what I have going on. You know what I mean? It was so many people that wanted to be connected to him. But Jesus wasn't going to be connected to everybody else. And then on top of that, he had the people that were closest to him and those that were a little bit further out. It's all about who you're connected to. Jesus chose. He picked. So it's okay for you to pick and choose. Don't feel like, don't let people make you feel some type of way. Jesus chose who he wanted to be around him, number one. And then on top of that, when the disciples went out, they went out to by two. They didn't go by themselves. It wasn't a one-man show. And so it's not just us doing our own thing. You know what I mean? We're all connected because we each are a part of the body. I might be a little fingertip. I'm more than a fingertip. But I might be a little fingertip, and somebody might be the toe. And somebody might be, the elbow. And I may reach people, with the fingertip because that's how I'm supposed to do it. I may do my little Facebook Live at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. I may do my little post. I may be all over, doing a little social media. My hair may be shaved on the side, and I may be able to go into the skate and reach this person. That doesn't mean that's how you do it, because that's how you see me do it. That's how God called me to do it. Because the thing about it is I can't do what you do. I can do what I do well because I'm created for that. And you can do what you do well because you're created for that. When we start jumping into everybody else's spaces, that's when we start leaving our stuff vacant. That's where, people who are waiting in line to be connected to us miss certain things. And, it's like showing up and you're showing up to a place and it's supposed to be open and it's closed. You know what I'm saying? Because we done left our spot and left that. We left that area, and now somebody can't get what they need from us because we're in somebody else's business. And so back to what I said from the beginning, mind your business. Be about your father's business and do what he called you to do, and you're going to be excellent. You're going to excel in it. Are we getting off at 11:30?
We are right. We are right.
Okay. I'm enjoying this time with y'all. I had night radio and do this every night, kind of.
Oh gosh, no, guys, she's not serious because she'll be asleep. So I mean, you're right, and I agree wholeheartedly. Especially if you're in someone else's lane, then you're leaving something vacant. And God, ordains us to fill a specific spot, area. Right. We are here to reach certain people. I'm here to reach a certain person. They're not going to Rita get what they need. They're coming to me. But if I'm not in position, then somebody is suffering. If I'm living outside of God's will for my life and what it is he called me to do and not paying attention to him because he's given us direction, then somebody else is suffering because of that. And if you don't have that mindset and know that connections are powerful, we're going to miss out a lot, and we're going to forfeit a lot.
Right.
Forfeit a lot and cause others to do the same thing. So that's a very powerful word right there. Amen. All right. So what keeps you going? What keeps you going in? I'm going to talk about even the private time where you let your hair down. It's just what it's the thing that keeps you moving forward?
I'm intricate, so I'm going to have to answer that in a few, stages. So, as far as, and I know you didn't ask me this specifically, but as far as artist-wise, what keeps me going is, when it talks about, the workman is worthy of his labor or whatever. Somebody, Miss Karen, she good with getting scriptures when I be.
She ain't saved.
Oh, I Miss Karen's good when I be tearing up scriptures on the weekend. She will give me the scripture code, but she will put it in the comments for everybody to reference later. But it's basically letting it be known that it's okay to let people know when they encourage you, and when something blesses you and stuff like that. And I'm so grateful for the messages that I get, the inboxes, the ones that say I'm encouraged to do this and I'm going to go after my dream and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do that. Those things really, it just really is just the fuel, even more so the fuel. God has already given it to me, but then when you get that fruit back, when you can see the seeds that you planted and it comes back to you, and that's huge for me, to get that. Being able to, like my daughter, she stays in Boston, but, for her to come down and to be able to watch and to be, to look at it and be motivated to do something because of what she sees her mom doing, that's a huge thing for me. When I'm by myself and what keeps me going, really the assignment on my life, like I'm not trying to sound like a broken record, but because I know that this is what I'm created to do, if I'm not doing it, I don't know how to function. I'm going to be dysfunctional. I'm going to be somewhere where I shouldn't be. If I'm not doing what God called for me to do, I'm going to be somewhere just wasting time and probably being some mess because I'm out of assignment. I'm out of order, and so my order is continuously opening my mouth and encouraging and speaking life and ministering and regardless of how tired I am, regardless of that I might want to just be home, being home, that's my natural state. My natural state does not fuel my spirit. We have a difference between our natural and our spiritual. And my natural may just want to be home and be by herself. I'm what you would consider an introvert. I don't mind. I'm a homebody. I don't mind being to myself. I don't want to be at the party. You ain't got to invite me. You won't hurt my feelings. I'm the type of person, let's hang out. Let's hang in. Let's get a movie. Let's have dinner. So, that's me naturally. Well, that ain't going to help nobody when there's a whole world out there who needs to hear and see and be moved. And so our natural doesn't feed the spiritual, and so with that, I thank God that his spirit is so strong in me that when I'm being too much of myself, my natural self, that he can ignite me and make me get up, and do what he's called for me to do because of his spirit that is not settled with me just taking up space, and so that's what keeps me going is the spirit of God that's in me that keeps me busy, whether it's leading praise and worship or being on here on Facebook or answering messages early in the morning, and encouraging somebody. I don't do it just because, I'm trying to just be in the forefront of anything. Like I said, my natural is, to really just be to myself. But as you all know, as you all can see, that's not what I'm called to do. That's just the time where I get rejuvenated and I can be strengthened. My natural body can be strengthened. Just like, we can't be so, spiritually minded that we're no earthly good. You got to eat. You got to go to the bathroom. You got to go to sleep. Yeah. But then you got to get up and be about your Father's business.
Amen. Amen. All right, we're going to take a quick music break because I want to bring you back and kind of close out the show. with you, dropping
We
some of
stand
your
till
social
2
media.
o'clock in the morning. We stand till 2 o'clock. As long as y'all stay, I'm praying.
Everybody's sleep. Everybody gonna sleep.
They
You're
sleep.
the only one on here.
No, I bet y'all won't. They gonna stay right on here with me. That's how as long as y'all here, we gonna.
Yeah, me and Jerry gonna cut them mics off. Should be the only one.
And we gonna go straight to my page. We can prep everybody. Let's go to the
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. This is Broken by Ree. Y'all enjoy this. We'll be right back after this.
Praise God.
Her heart a shattered and broken but sincere heart. It's so simple. She sees you, she needs you, but it's so hard. Has pushed her aside and now she's confused. She's suffering, it's so complicated, yet she loves you. How can you love the desire is driving me? How can you love? There's a struggle inside of me. How can you love? I can't even get close to you. How can you love me? How can I love you when I'm broken?
His walk feminine, even in the way he talks. His thoughts confuse those around because he wasn't taught. He knows better. His parents choose to pray, although it hurts. It's in God's hands. He's grafted, created this child for works. How can you love the desire is driving me? How can you love? There's a struggle inside of me. How can you love? I can't even get close to you. How can you love me? How can I love you when I'm broken?
Unmeant to pour out my plan for you. I'll take you by the hand. I'm taking hold of you. You are my child, and you answer to me. I'll give you direction. You follow my lead. Your broken pieces, I'll make you whole. That's how I love. I'll take those desires That's how I love. I'll take those desires that's driving you. That's how I love.
I'll take the struggle inside of you.
That's how I love. I'll always be close to you. That's how I love you. That's how you love me when you're broken. When you're broken. When you're broken.
Pour out your contrite heart when you're broken.
When you're broken.
Pour out your contrite heart when you're broken.
When you're broken.
Pour out your contrite heart when you're broken.
When you're broken.
Pour out your contrite heart when you're broken.
When you're broken.
Pour out your contrite heart.
That's how I love.
All right. That was Broken, y'all, off of Reed's album, Your Instrument. That song came out and just took off. I don't even think that was supposed to be like a single, was it, Reed?
It was actually supposed to come out before middle of it ended up coming out instead, but yeah, Broken was supposed to be the one.
Yeah, that thing hit. I mean, it took off in Boston really quick, really
right.
quick. Yeah, so that's just amazing. It's still an amazing song. People are just hearing it and really, really taking to it. So the very powerful message of God's love. That's the thing, and we can trust Him with all that we got going on. If nobody else can, nobody else can tell us what we need to do, how we need to solve our problems, how we need to deal with whatever's going on the inside of us. He can. So please don't dismiss Him. Don't dismiss Him. That's where we get into trouble. He's not the one silent. He's not the one that's sitting there not listening. He's there. So take full advantage of that. That's what He wants. That's what He wants. It's about relationship. All right?
Amen.
Rhea, it's been such a pleasure having you on the show this evening, as always. Do you have anything you want to share with the listeners before we get out of here?
I've enjoyed each and every one of you. Thank you so much for just, spending time, and I hope to do this again. It was cool hanging out with y'all, and just thank you for, just the love and support, and just all that you show is very encouraging, as just a part of many of us who are just doing what God has called for us to do. To be able to have that along the way just means a lot to me. So thank you. I will say, please, I'm nominated for the Rhythm of Gospel Awards. So if you go to the rhythmofgospelawards.com, I'm nominated in 4 categories, I believe, with the Rhythm of Gospel Awards. And so you can definitely vote. Check my page out, facebook.com/Sarila Music. You can, connect with all things that are, pertaining to me, even those awards, shows, and links and stuff like that. And go to SarilaMusic.com to stay connected. Lastly, I have a page of, just where it's constant encouragement. You can't get enough of that. And that's Facebook.com/Weekend Pep. That's WEEKENDPEP. Facebook.com/Weekend Pep. So Facebook.com/Weekend Pep. Facebook.com/Sarila Music, SERELA Music, and SarilaMusic.com. So you can definitely connect with me.
All right. Y'all guys, make sure you guys, make sure y'all look up Reed. Definitely follow her because it's some great things coming up. Some things, if you haven't been following her, that you probably missed, so go back and watch it. Go back and support. She's definitely doing a lot, and God is definitely blessing this ministry. So it's definitely going to be something you want to stay connected to, someone you want to stay connected to. Mm-hmm. All right, folks, that is our show. To catch this full episode, make sure you listen in the morning that we do the replays of the shows on Positive Power starting at 6 o'clock in the morning. So you can get your dose of the best of internet radio, period. You know, we got so much going on Positive Power Network. You guys want to stay connected. If you're not, and your friends are not, and your grandmama's not, make sure they get connected on here, okay? We got some amazing things coming up, and it will bless you. So you guys continue to tune in. Oh, I got a correction from earlier because I didn't get to see Dr. Kelly's show, so I didn't realize that he's going to be airing that show live with Mr. Archie on next Tuesday. I'm sorry. So you guys make sure you stay connected to that and tuned into that, and check out the Bless Network. They got some things going on over there, too. It's about support, kingdom building, all right? Let's stay kingdom-minded. Y'all catch me again live here on Positive Power Radio at Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all the way to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We always got good things happening on this show. Next week we have Reverend John Ross on with us, so you guys don't want to miss that. I love you guys. Thank you for the support, and continue to be blessed. See you next week.
You're listening to Positive Power 21, Christian media on late night radio.
Positive Power 21.org, Internet Radio.
You are listening to Positive Power 21.org with Jerry Royce.
Lord, thank you for using me. 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 It started with my best may have to say. Lord, thank you for using me. That was then. You can take the past and make it right. Lord, thank you for using me. This is now. It started with my past may have to say. Lord, thank you for using me. That was then. You can take the past and make it right. Lord, thank you for using me. This is now. Use me. Use me for your glory. Use me. Lord, use me. Tell me. Use me. Use me for your glory. Use me. Lord, use me. Tell me. Lord, use me. Tell me. Lord, use me. That was then. This is now. Lord, thank you for using me. That was then. This is now. Lord, thank you for using me. It started with my past may have to say. That was then. You can take my past and make it right. This is now. It started with my past may have to say. That was then. You can take my past and make it right. This is now. Use me. Use me for your glory. Use me. Use me. Tell me. Use me. Use me for your glory. Use me. Use me. Tell me. Use me. Use me for your glory. Use me. Use me. Tell me. Use me. Use me for your glory. use me. Lord, use me. Oh, use me. Oh, Lord, use me. I surrender for you to use me. Oh, use me. God, use me. In spite of what it may have been, Lord, use me. Clean me up inside and use me. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind for you to use me. Use me for your service, Lord, use me. Use me for your service, Lord, use me. Use me for your works, Lord, use me. Use me, Lord. I give everything I have. I will give it unto you. I give everything I have in me, and I will give it up to you. I give everything I have, and I will give it up to you. I give everything I have, I will give it up to you. To use, to use, to use.
Hey family, this is Paula G. Voice with the Quiet Storm Devotion. You are in a season of your life, and it's a place that you've never been before. It's a place that requires a leap of faith, and as you take this leap of faith into this uncharted territory that has been placed before you, you realize that you are on the threshold of discovery. Like Christopher Columbus, you have arrived on the shores of a new world, and for you, it is called your destiny, your purpose. How do you know this to be true? How do you know that you have arrived on the shores of your destiny, your purpose? Well, God has confirmed it simply by opening the door. He has confirmed it by allowing you to wash upon the shores of this place in your life. I bet you never could have imagined that you could do what it is He has called you to do. But you know what they say. With Him, all things are possible, and indeed they are. But I know sometimes the doubt may set in and you ask yourself, is this a leap of faith or a leap of foolishness? Who? Me? Can I do this? What if I fail? What if no one believes in me? But you want so much to be set free, free from the bondage that holds you back from doing what you are called to do, free from the day-to-day monotony, from procrastination. My beloved, God has placed so much inside of you that sometimes your spirit feels trapped in expectation of others, trapped in a Lifetime movie where the rewind button is stuck and there is no way for you to move forward. And as each day plays like the day before, you see everyone else's world moving forward into new chapters, new visions and new dreams, all being fulfilled. Now, this may be your season to shine. It may be your season to make changes. It may be your season to rest. It may be your season to step into your purpose, your destiny. It may be your season to learn what you need to learn in order to step into your purpose. This may be your season of greatness, or it may be your season to just be patient. It may be your season to discover yourself, a season to step back, evaluate, and make changes. You may not know how to make the changes you want to make, or you may be satisfied where you are. But somehow you need to be set free. Free from the bondages that are holding you back from doing what it is you desire to do and what you are called to do. Whatever that bondage is, break it. You have to take a leap. Whether it is a leap of faith or a leap of foolishness, either way, my beloved, you must leap. Be encouraged. This is Paula G. Voice with the Quiet Storm Devotion.
Of all the posters on the wall and in the magazines proclaiming this is where my eyes are supposed to be. On the news, rescued a child. The crowd applauds with her reward, giving simple people high esteem. Of all the great accomplishments we make, nothing can compare to your great name. You're my hero. 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 Recognition to the world that you're owed the highest honor, for you are the risen King. Superficial ambiance, diminished by your cadent reign, so obvious to see that you're the lead. Not even wind and wave can make you waver in your stand. When everything is sinking, through the storm enters your hand. You're my hero. You're my hero. You're my hero. You're my hero. There's no mistaking who I see that stands above the rest. I can't call upon the magazines to save me from distress. There's not a single person to compare or meet the mark. Jesus, I exalt you, for you are, you're my hero.
are my hero.
PositivePower21.org Internet Radio.
You are listening to PositivePower21.org with Jerry Royce.